नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे यं प्रभजन्तम् अनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आहुजावा पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदुः सर्वभूतमात्मा हृदिमानतोऽस्मि यस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतिथिशतां तमोन्दं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम् मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं Prabhupada ki jai. So a warm welcome to all of you once again for this wonderful session. So very nice that all of you are, most of you are regularly attending the same names. So happy. So continuing with our Bhakti Yoga, today's session 15, the science of Bhakti Yoga. So in the previous sessions, let's recap at least few of the sessions what we had discussed. We had discussed about how to bring, see, if at all, if you're practicing Krishna consciousness in your life, the result of we practicing Krishna consciousness in our life, that we should become very calm, very settled. There should be clarity in our life, and there should be our purpose should be, our goal should be set up. So all those things is a result of our practicing Krishna consciousness. If you're practicing Krishna consciousness, but still you are not happy, you are not settled, you are not, you do not have clarity in your life, you don't have the peacefulness, calmness in your life, in your mind, then we have to really check back and see where am I going wrong, where thousands of people, lakhs of people are getting benefited by this Krishna consciousness. But why am I not calm? Why am I always agitated? Why am I always disturbed? So you have to really check back and look back, where am I going wrong? So Krishna consciousness is so powerful and potent process that anyone who starts practicing Krishna consciousness, so immediately all the pressures and the disturbances and anxieties of one's life will be completely mitigated. It may be step by step by step. But we ourselves, we have to check back and see how I was before coming to Krishna consciousness and how am I now in Krishna consciousness. So this check and this you know the screening has to be done every day with ourselves to check ourselves. Am I really progressing? So or am I simply doing as a ritual? So Krishna consciousness is wonderful. That things was discussed in a previous class, that we all as a soul, we are all very unique in our presence in this material world, because Krishna also says Mama Tejamsha Sambhavaha, that we are all part and parcel of Krishna, and every one of us in this material world has a particular quality, has a particular nature, has a capacity, some different capacity, because we are all part and parcel of Krishna. So many a times, we start comparing with a lot of people, and actually the real peace, the real peace is when we stop comparing with others. So start comparing our life with someone else, and that peace would be available when we think that we are unique in our existence in this material world. This is very, very, very important. So last few classes we also discussed this, that why Krishna has to, in the second chapter, he has to explain that you are not the body, your spirit, soul, and you are all individual. You're not, or we are all not one. So just Krishna, the Prabhupada, one place he gives example of, in a garden, Krishna has created a beautiful garden, this materialistic garden. So each flower has its own fragrance, has its own color, and its own season. It will blossom. So it has its own beauty. So similarly, note every flower is unique in its character, in its shape, in its presentation. So similarly, no two devotees should not are meant to imitate each other. We should not imitate each other. When we start imitating each other, or we should be like him, or we should be like her. Generally, it happens in a household. Oh, they are growing, we are not growing, we are backward. How people are going, how we should present ourselves when we go to marriage, how we should present ourselves when we go to our relatives' house, and this simply will be comparing. So in this sense, we start a lot of jealousy would come, inferiority complex would come, and rivalry would come in between our relationship. So, but we should understand Krishna himself is saying that you're all unique, and we should focus on our own growth rather than putting them down and standing above them and to show that you're better off than someone else. We should really think about that. We're all unique, and that's what the real motivation should come within ourselves. That you know we should not have a motivation that how should I outshine others. That is the worst thing. You should not outshine others. That is not the reason. That is all because of the ego or selfishness. So we should not always our motivation now, right now our motivation is that how I should outshine others, how I should overpower others. But we should always keep in mind how I must serve with all sincerity. All serve with all sincerity. So when there is a reason in the previous times people used to stay in combined families, big families, uncle, auntie, mama, mommy, chacha, chachi, so many big family. Everyone was to be there. Everyone had their responsibility, and they were thinking that they're unique in their presentation in the families, unique in their contribution in the family, and that's how the whole family is to stay. So as and when this Kali Yuga started progressing, people got into a lot of eye and mind, comparing things like that. So people are becoming indifferent. So we should completely keep in mind our heart becomes restless if we simply start comparing with the things. So comparison. So we also discussed in previous class that comparison is a mother of all the anxieties. We have to understand. And you should not imitate also. Imitate is a mother of all frustrations. You start imitating, you will not able to fulfill it, and you get frustrated. But we should have a sincerity. Sincerity is a mother of devotion. Sincere. Krishna is seeing your sincerity because every one of us are unique. His own image. We are all part and parcel of Krishna, isn't it? So Krishna is we have to understand Krishna is never asking Arjuna to become like Bhima, or nor Bhima is asking or not Bhima is asking the Arjuna Krishna, or nor Krishna is asking Bhima to become like Yudhishthira, isn't it? Simply we have to simply whatever you have, you just offer to me. Krishna is saying, what you have with you, you offer to me. Krishna is saying, right? So devotees should become very peaceful at this in a spiritual progress. So these are the different levels of our calmness or peacefulness which has to come in our life. If you are so, we have been discussing all this Krishna conscious principles step by step, so that we find peace and happiness in Krishna consciousness. So we have to really we are breaking down uh, the main principles and trying to understand what best I can apply in my life so that I can be benefited by from this Krishna consciousness. Yes, we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, reading Prabhupada books, you are getting through all this process. But if still I'm not feeling happy, then we have to break down where I'm going wrong. So that our almost this 15 classes all been discussing about this step by step by step by step. So we have to really understand that we have to focus on not how to impress others, but we have to always think how I can please Krishna. So that one of the disease is that we have to get out of. That is a really turning point that we have to get out of it. So then we also previously discussed about some of things we are trying to recollect, that we should be equipoised. That's what we thought, right? And then Krishna says, then life gives both pains and pleasures, but a devotee should how to stay steady in such differences, such dualities is what we had also discussed in the previous class, that we have to, when we start serving Krishna with all the sincerity, then Krishna gives example. We also discussed that Krishna gives example of the seasons, right? So seasons will change. Similarly, circumstances also will change. So why are you worried about it? So people who are appreciating today will always ridicule you some other day. So I always see some people say, Prabhuji, you do this nicely, you do this. I always see immediately I think in my mind that, oh, these are the same people who are going to ridicule me also. Today they are appreciating me, tomorrow they'll ridicule me also. When you immediately think like that, you'll be always, in a steady state. Otherwise, you'll be carried away. You'll be carried away. So, or sometimes some people or some devotees start appreciating me. Oh, Prabhu, you're so senior, that, this, and all. Immediately, you should stop that, or you should get out, run out from there, or close your ears, or you should stop there. Prabhuji, stop here. I don't want to hear anything about me. So that I always do this. The people say, "Oh, Prabhuji, you change, they change the subject, and let them just tell all those things." So we should be very much. We should be, if at all, if we want to remain steady amidst all these dualities of our life, that very importantly is what sincerity. You should be very sincere. Uh, then only we can become numb or indifferent to all these dualities. Otherwise, now we will be carried away by this. So we have to understand this this all this in the differences and all these dualities in this material world is all temporary. Is all temporary. It is temporary nature. Everything around us, just like winter is going now, and next spring will come, and then summer will come, and so and after rainy season will come. So rutus. We have to understand here. So it's all experience of similar pains and pleasures also. So we don't. We have to understand that there is a in material world there's a natural rhythm, right? There's a different rutus, natural rhythm. So different natural rhythms are there in this material world. So similarly, we have to understand that as a mature devotee, we should also tolerate those. If our tolerance has to blossom, if a tolerance flower has to blossom in our life, then we have to really, just like we resist this natural rhythm of summer, winter, and all those things, we embrace it easily, right? We don't sit and cry today, oh, cold is coming, oh, heat is there, oh. So we don't completely give up we have to work, we have to go around, we have to do our duties as a household woman or as a husband, as to go, things like that. So we embrace the natural rhythm of natural rhythmic cycle of this world very easily. So similarly, this we should have it also develop that maturity to see this the pains and pleasures and tolerate that. Then the tolerate that is a wonderful flower, fragrant flower where Krishna likes, which we have to. There is a seed, there is a plant, then it has to grow and it has to give that flower, the flower of the tolerance in our life. So they're very much important that in this material world, Krishna many places he says this, many places. Sama, happiness and distress, honor and dishonor, whatever victory or failure or gain or loss, all these differences are always there. So similarly, Krishna, so he says just like this are rutumana. So winter comes, summer goes. So all these things also will pass. So we should always remain steady through all this differences which comes in our life. That Krishna is saying that very importantly, we should not. It is not a sense of suppressionness. It's not suppressing. You're not tolerance is not a sense of suppression, but it is a very deep understanding that this too will pass. Don't worry, this too will pass. Just like Krishna was there in this season, so you'll be in there in every season also. So that the guidance The confidence is what we all wanted. So that also was discussed in the previous the session. We also discussed furthermore the tolerance means not keep tolerating always. Tolerant means also we should not you should never tolerate the injustice which is happening to you. This is adharma which is happening to you. Otherwise, Krishna would have spoken only about Bhagavad Gita, whole thing about how to tolerate. Don't worry about tolerate. The whole Mahabharata war would have not happened. Many of the other religion like Muslims and Christians, they say, oh, Hinduism is a the fighting religion. They simply say the Muslim is a fighting religion. They're going to kill everything like that. No, no, no. See this in Bhagavad Gita, the picture of Bhagavad Gita where war is happening and God is saying to kill all own relatives only. What is this? This is the Bhagavad Gita was spoken in the war and thing like that. So people understand. People don't properly understand. It is already they are prepared for fighting. If Arjuna was saying that he is not going to fight, that is different. Already the whole preparation of Yudhishthira and all peace proposal all went on. So much Krishna himself went and did everything. They're not able to settle. Then finally Krishna told, I'm not going to fight. And already the arrangements, everything has been done from so many. See, one war has to happen means where the bathroom has to be there, where the cooking has to be there, where everything, all arrangements has done for almost 6 months or 7, 8 months. Now the war is going to begin. Now you say you don't do. Krishna is speaking about, Are Baba, what you had decided, don't give up that. So you better be better professional. You are a Kshatriya, be better professional. So not that when the police, when a police the inspector, if his son has done some crime, because of the emotions and relationships, can he pardon him? No, isn't it? The father will definitely give him punishment. Similarly, Krishna is also saying that you do your duty. So Krishna is saying to your people, I tried best, my heart best to settle among yourself, to get settled with you among yourself, but you never settle. So what to do? You do your best. Don't give up. So the Krishna is being, and also Bhagavad Gita is not, completely. It's about the whole of Hinduism. Bhagavad Gita is about the basically self and the relationship with the God. Is the whole thing is the discussion is about that. How the wisdom, the what the wisdom should be there for a person. Gnana Vignana Sahitam Ignanum Ignatva Mokshasaya Shubhat. So if your Shubha has to go, then you should have a knowledge of practical and theoretical knowledge. So when you're facing the wrong things in your life, so you should not tolerate. You should not tolerate the injustice. So you should be also very courageous. Krishna is telling Arjuna to be courageous. When Arjuna was saying, my hands are shaking and I'm not able to fight and things like that. So Krishna is giving that injustice has happened. So many injustices happened to you. So don't tolerate in these things. Today you are saying that tomorrow again you will say that injustice has happened, like things like that. So once for all you stop that. So injustice has happened. So take the courage. So be practical. So very much important. Krishna is guiding this. So so very importantly, that we have to perform our duty with all sincerity and tolerate all the dualities, but don't tolerate the injustice. Be courageous and perform your duty, but surrender your results. You have to surrender your results, Krishna says, isn't it? What is that? He says, surrender results. That is a detachment. So you should develop the detachment in your life. So, see, very much important. Once I was going in a bus, and next to me, one devotee was seated. And I saw a beautiful greenery and with all the flower trees. And the bus was also moving in a fast pace. And I was just seeing so beautifully, and I was enjoying. And immediately I got a thought. Oh, let me also make my fellow devotee see this. So by the time I told the devotee, see here, some beautiful scenery there. And immediately he was about to see there and the things was already past. So all the beautiful landscape and everything, it fled off. It is a fleeting moment. It is very small. So where my eyes were able to catch that beauty, but immediately that the beauty was gone, has disappeared. So similarly, he was also not able to see, and I was also able to. I'm just looking back into the windows or something going on. Back. So the enjoyment and happiness and everything gone is a fleeting moment, isn't it? So similarly, the people or the places or positions or possessions or excitement, everything is a fleeting. Every moment. Now it is there, tomorrow it is all gone. So you have to understand that even this moment which I am suffering, it is not permanent. So we have to understand that we can't hold on to something which is very dear to you, very comfortable to you, very happy, very loving to you for a long time. It is not possible. Life keeps moving, isn't it? So we may have the memories, right? Marriage memories. We have albums. We have the birthdays of our children first year, and also have albums and all those things. Before previously, so nice. People used to take photos and take hard copies and make albums and keep it in their bureaus. Whenever when children used to go, when we grew, and we used to open the bureaus and you say, oh, this is my parents' marriage, or they used to look like this, so young, things like that. Oh, these are the relatives. Oh, these are the place and things like that. So the memories were there. It always lingers in our mind for a long time, right? Memories always linger. Nowadays, mobile, no one takes it. Also, so sad. So and that happy moments also lost in the ocean of so many other photos. Sadly, so memories, our best memories also, which lingers in our mind for a long time. But the moments passes away. This moment to next moment, next moment to this moment. So we want to capture that moment. We want that happy moment always. So Lord has created, in this material world, in this Kali Yuga. Okay, you take this mobile. There is a photo. You try to capture and try to see it and try to enjoy that. But it's all moments passes away. Moments passes away. It can't hold the moments, but you may hold the memories, but you can't hold the moments in our life. So similarly, Bhagavad Gita beautifully teaches about the detachment, isn't it? So we have to detach. We should detach ourselves from the possessions. We should detach ourselves from the positions. We should detach ourselves away from all the privileges which you have got in this material world. But at the same time, you should fully dedicate your responsibility, dedicate your life for the duties which you are committed to. So you should properly perform your committed duty. That is beautifully, we have to balance these things. We have to detachment also and responsible also. So that balance is what? Sometimes detachment means, oh, everything vairagya, virakti, nothing is important. Okay, I will throw the paper on the road. I will throw, everything is material world, everything is temporary, Prabhu, everything is temporary, everything is going to vanish one day. So why are you crying like that? So let's throw the paper, plastic, and everything, and then keep moving ahead. So this is and spoil the things. Many people think no. So that kind of detachment is also not required, and you should be responsible also. Don't take care of a family, don't take care of this thing, another thing. That kind of detachment is not. So you should have detachment, and also you should be committed to your duties. Both things you have to balance. That's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. So we should balance both detachment and responsibility. What is the famous sloka? Famous sloka is karmanye vadikaraste. So what is that? Karmanye vadikaraste means what? Karmanye adhikara. You have the right to perform your duties. Ma paletu kadachana. Ma means yours. Means our phala, what is God? Kadachana. So you're not entitled to the fruits of the results. Krishna is saying. Ma paletu kadachana. Ma karmane phala sangha. So ma phala karma sangha. What is that? He's saying that never consider yourself to be the owner of the duties, owner of the activities, or the owner of the result of your activities. Ma karma phala hetur bhur. Mate sangostva karmani. Mate sango asta karmani. This last word is very beautiful. First word, first line and the last word line. The first line is karmanye vadikaraste means you have right to perform your duties. Means you have to perform your duties. And the last one is mate sangostva karmani. So means what? Never give up the duties. Means we have to perform the duties, but don't attach to the results. And the third one is don't be consider the cause of the results also. That you are the cause. Okay, first, don't be entitled or enjoy the results. That is different. Don't be even think that you are the cause of the results or the activity results of the activities. And the third one is you should never give up the duties or responsibilities. So that's why Krishna is telling Arjuna to be a Kshatriya. You're a Kshatriya. You should be that. You should do that. It's not telling to give up things. So then, very much we have to understand that we have the right of responsibility to perform that our duties is very much important. So at the best of our capacity, we have to perform our activities. But we have to understand we have no control over the results. Correct? So therefore, we should be detached. Uh, but not be detached from the work, but detached from its results. This is what Krishna is saying. Clearly, you have to understand this, isn't it? Because the detachment is of two sides. That also long time I had discussed. Detachment of two sides. What are the two types of detachments? One kind of detachment is before the work. One kind of detachment is after the work. So one kind of detachment is before the work is what? Before the work may be lazy, and that is a detachment. That is different. I'm not speaking about that. Before the work, you should be detached. What is that? Because many times we have very false expectations or over aspirations or over expectations. So our before the work begin. So before the work begins, only we have the over expectations in our life. Uh, More than what is supposed to get, we expect more. So that has to be avoided. And detachment after the work, obviously, before and after the work, we have to maintain, yes, after the work we get something, but you should have a mindset of detachment that I should only maintain what it is required for me. I should not be too much possessive of what I have got. So that two types of detachment before work and before detachment after work. So you should have detachment before work, that you should not have too much of expectations or too much of aspirations of the results. And after the work also, when you get it something or not get it, whatever it is, so it should not be possessive of the when you get it, or it should not be lamenting what you lost. So that Krishna is beautifully saying, because that's what is called detachment. Because every day we have to work. We should be detached from the results of the work, because either we get the results or we fail in the results. There is always a frustration. So in order to avoid the frustration, before only you develop the quality of detachment, Baba Krishna is saying. But don't be overconfident that you are going to achieve something, or over expectation that I want so many things. So very much you have to understand. Obviously, see, we all have dreams, we all have ambitions to in our life, isn't it? We all want car, we want house, we want comfort, we want a good money in bank balance in the banks should be more. So everything we think, really think. So that is a drive for us to work, right? That is a drive for us to work. Otherwise, if there is no drive, then why would we work? But you have to really see how Krishna or in ISKCON devotees, the devotees don't have bank account, they don't have insurances, they don't have policies, they don't have salaries, they don't have nothing, nothing in their name. But still, they're also working, right? So here, very importantly, we have to understand that you should not have unrealistic expectations. Have expectations, no problem. Have aspirations, no problem. But don't have unrealistic expectations, over expectations. And many times we think that, oh, the result should come in this way only. Our success should be like this way only. Or we'll think that how the people will perceive it after that when I achieve this. So all these things keeps disturbing us. This all frustrations in our life. So such kind of unrealistic, such kind of impractical expectations we keep developing. How for any damn result, when you take a car, when you take a house, a grow pravisha you do or something, how people will perceive me, how that is how the result should be, how this should be, that should be. We create all those things in our mind. And if that doesn't satisfy us, obviously the disappointment, discouragement, there is depression, all these things will start. This becomes a burdensome. So we create all those things. At the first place, only have detachment. No. You do your duty, perform your activities to full extent, but to sincerely, as a service to Krishna, then obviously, then whatever results come, accept yadlabdva santushto dvandva tita vimatsaraha. So Krishna is saying that. So you can be completely, so that's what I'm saying. A devotee should be completely free from these dualities. We should work upon this. So, so it is best to have detachment. So which can save us from all its frustrations. So detachment, we should have always have. So how to so the first and foremost detachment is we should be free from the possessiveness. So we can see, I can talk so much about detachment and things like that. Don't be possessive and all those things. So much things I might talk, but you may tell Prabhuji, so many things you tell. But the real factor is when there's a financial crisis, there's some emergencies in the family, then what will happen? Huh? So what then we have to give up? How to give up, Prabhuji? We have to be careful. We have to, how to give up our possessions. So whatever you're saying is okay, but we can really digest what you're saying. So that's what I'm saying. This is not a one night understanding or one night one session that you will be able to learn this. We have to develop that spirit of detachment, cultivate that spirit of detachment over years, over years, over years. So we have to understand because I would say, see, we as a brahmacharis, sannyasis who are there, we might have left our families and things and possessions, positions, pleasures and treasures, everything we might have left and come. But when we get into the temple also, if we have the same mentality after some time, oh, this is my bed, oh, this is my clock, this is my bucket, this is my mug, this is my toothbrush, oh, this is my toothpaste, oh, this is my book, oh, this is my this, and someone takes and someone this, oh, then you'll get really disturbed. So that nature everyone will be there, so we have to understand this we should be completely free from all this possessiveness. So it's very crucial. So we should not identify ourselves with any possessive things, possessions which have accumulated in our lives, so which will because it only leads to the sadness in our life. So one day, because see, we all one day we have to leave and go, isn't it? So we have to give up our property, we have to give up our achievements, we have to give up our possessions, everything we have to leave and go. So right from our body also we have to leave at the time of our death. So the sad thing is we can't avoid death, isn't it? So at the time of death, no material wealth can come with us. We all know this. We all know this. So we have to understand this time and again that this is a transient in nature. This is temporary in material world. So material nature is all of temporary things. So the soul has to develop this quality of detachment. Otherwise, when the soul leaves the body, the soul cries so much. So soul suffers so much. The soul that I have lost. Oh my God, I've lost, I've lost. I've lost my money, I've lost my the body, I've lost my family, I've lost my happiness, enjoyment. The soul cries, 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 cries. So the lot of frustration and pains the soul undergoes. So that's why Krishna is saying that right when you are there in this physically in this material world, learn the spirit, cultivate the spirit of detachment. Otherwise, when you leave your body, you will be suffering and frustrated. You'll not be happy. You'll not be happy going to a different world. Again, you have to come back to this material world to suffer more and more. So detach of the detach. So the spirit of detachment is very mandatory. The free spirit of detachment is very important in our life. So if we are so very important that we should not be when there's a problem. So if we have too much problems in our life, it's all because of our the result oriented or result driven the mindset. So if you the result, if you are working in any way, that result, if it is because of result you are working, then it only lead to the frustration or the arrogance. So you get something because of the result, you become very arrogant. And you lose something because you got because your results because of activity you lost something, then you'll be depressed, isn't it? So very much important. So we have to not have over expectations, and which only lead to the depressions. And at the same time, when you get achievements, is a law. Become a lot of you have to lead, it lead to the arrogance. That we have to understand. This Bhagavad Gita is very beautifully explaining. So very important. We have to understand that. Even if you see this uh, the social media nowadays, it's so happening. There's two kinds of people I've really seen. One kind class of people are so much want they will so much want the views, they so much want the likes, they so much want the followers, isn't it? Subscribe that there's so many hook or crook they want to achieve artificially, whatever it is, the followers counts they want, and the views they want. So they want some hook or crook what they want, and they will always be frustrated, always trying to impress. There's no authenticity in the subject what they do. Some people, they get up early in the morning and they brush. This is how I brush, and they make a video and send. This is how I take bath, a video and send. This is how I wear clothes, and such a kind of no authenticity. But there's other class of people with authentic, with the genuine desire. They want to impact someone's life, or they want to share something inspiring story or the motivation story. So they make the content so much valuable for one's life. Such kind of beautiful content they make. So that kind of people, they don't look for the followers, they don't look for the likes, they don't look for the views. So they are not interested about the people or the followers. They're interested about giving good content to the society. So that kind of people are always satisfied because they want some transformation which can impact the society. That's kind of transformation they want. So those kind of people also there we can see in this material world. I've seen many people. The content will be there, and the free usage of things like that. So you have to understand that those people are always happy, the free and all those things. So there's a value, to their content. So they go through value approached content, isn't it? So they're happy with that. Oh, I did something good for the society. I made this content like that. So we should always put our efforts and trying to achieve our goals. That is very much important. But at the equally important is that you should not be attached to the results. So two things we have to balance this. So if we have to work so hard that I should achieve my goal, we should put all the efforts in our life. At the same time, it's very important that we should also learn how to not to know how not to be attached to the results. That is very much important. So the Prabhupada used to always say the responsibility shouldn't lead to the undue attachment. Responsibilities should not lead to the undue attachment, because when there's a responsibility, so much a responsibility, then you think, oh, because of me and everything is happening. So responsibility should not lead to the undue attachment, and the detachment should not lead to the irresponsibility. So detachment should not lead to the irresponsibility. That is very important. So when detachment means I left everything, so you'll be very much irresponsible. That is not the thing. So responsibility should not lead to the undue attachment, and detachment should not lead to the irresponsibility. So this is very much important that we have to balance this. There's healthy balance we have to find, and that's how very much important that this detachment can be achieved. So detachment is not a renunciation. It's not renunciation. It is not renounce. Detachment means that you work hard, but how much is required for you, just keep that and do your duty, and don't have undue expectations, undue expectations. So you should have the goal. So detachment is very much important. Why? Because it can shield us from all the frustrations. So that's what detachment is required. At the same time, we have to work, we have to do. So this is very much important. As per discussion today, we should do our duty. Okay, we will discuss that. So detachment, very much important. So we have to understand detachment is not outcome of frustration. Many of the people understand that detachment means, when we are frustrated, detach. Many of people also think like that, isn't it? They try so hard, and they fail. They fail in all this thing. and finally detached. Oh, why you have not this thing? Oh, I'm detached, Prabhuji. I'm detached. No, no, that's not there. So we should understand that detachment should save you from the frustrations, not because you're frustrated or detached. Detachment should save you from the frustration. That is very much important. So we should, it's not that you should not care for the results. You should care for the results more, very much important. You have to care for results. But very much important is at the same time, this detachment is such a wonderful quality that even amidst lot of difficulties, you can bounce back. You can bounce back, and because so many setbacks would be there, so much difficulties would be there. So, so there should be motivation, no, in life to lead the life further. Not that everyone would, tomorrow suicide or kill themselves because they're not able to lead their life. Many people suicide because there's no motivation from inside, isn't it? So, very much important for us to get detachment amidst all this chaotic situations in our life. We require motivation also. Without the motivation, how can you further continue the whole process? Because at one point of time, we may give up and say, I'm probably I can't take it up furthermore, I will give it up. So the motivation, internal motivation is very much important. Actually, that is a real asset of our life. So that inspiration, which is very much important in our life, it comes by reading the activities and qualities of acharyas and great souls who also underwent sort of difficulties. And that is a real motivation. That is a real asset of our life. So we have to work not only for results, but to improve ourselves, to learn ourselves, to grow ourselves. So we should be detached from the results. Very much true. But at the same time, we should be attached to something greater than the results. Just like there's one video, recent video someone has posted. I was just seeing that one Muslim lady. So she is going to everyone and she is saying that, okay, tomorrow if I give you 10 lakh rupees, can you convert to Muslim? And the fellow is saying, yes, yes, I will convert to Muslim. And she's going to one temple. In front of a temple, I don't know who is that man. So she is asking, she is interviewing. Tomorrow, if you give you 10 lakhs, can you convert it to Muslim? So that fellow is saying, yes, yes, I will become Muslim. And again, she is going to in front of one church. One man is there. Tomorrow, if I give you 10 lakh rupees, can you convert to Muslim? So then for that fellow is saying, I'll become Muslim. And she will go to the Muslims now. She will go to the Muslims and she's asking, tomorrow if I give you 1 crore rupees, so would you give up the Muslim? Would you give up the Muslim? And that Muslim is saying, no, no, even if you give me all the money in the world, I can't give my Muslim. And one more fellow, she's going asking, tomorrow if I give you 10 crore rupees, can you give up your Muslim religion? And that fellow is saying, I can give my head a cut, into a cut my head and give to you, but I can't give my Muslim religion. So, so such a inspiration, such a motivation is there in that. So we have to understand that results. People say, oh, my mother is passed away, my father passed away, I got thrown off my office, and don't have money. I have to take care of children. All things. Where is God? What is He doing? So this is all result-oriented devotion, corrected. So these Muslims are not result-oriented devotion. They are, they so love so much their religion that irrespective of God, Allah gives them the bread or butter or only salt and water, but still they don't give up. So that is very much important. They'll always feel happiness in that. So we should not be result-oriented. Sometimes we become so obsessed with the results, isn't it? By hook or crook, we want to attain the results. That is not the thing. So we should have this right kind of mindset that we have to take that inner motivation or inspiration, but that's what you have to read every day. Read Prabhupada books, read, and that kind of detachment protects us from falling down at any point of time. Very much important. So please understand, though, in order to protect our real asset, what is a real asset? Our real asset is the inspiration. Our real asset is the inspiration or the motivation which we have within us. So we need to cultivate that detached mindset. So through the motivation which we have inside, then we can cultivate the detached mindset. So you may simply it will not come detached mindset, detached mindset. That mindset, the detachment from the positions and all those things will not come simply. It will come when there's the motivation is very more, and your inspiration is very strong within yours, when your heart, then things will happen. So Krishna, very much important, whole of Bhagavad Gita, is saying work with detachment, work with detachment. So this is what Krishna is saying. So very much important that we have to try to balance that responsibility and detachment, both those things. So because just example, most of you might have traveled in the train. See, you have to go from one station to other station. You have to go right. So if you have taken a reserved berth or in a train, so you have some facilities like there'll be fan, there'll be light, there'll be some good toilet facility and things like that. So a lot of convenience we can get it if you have reserved berth, isn't it? If you don't have reserved berth, you're staying in one compartment, the unreserved like that. You have to stand and go, things like this. So many inconveniences are there, isn't it? But even in the reserved compartment, also there is inconveniences. Correct. There'll be train delay may be there, or some the catering fellows will come, samosa, pakoda, pakoda, tak, 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 coffee, tea, coffee. So much people, food sellers keep talking, and all the people around there keep simply talking, talking, talking. No, no silence. And someone will open the window, the window will be there. Someone will switch on the fan, or someone will switch on the light. At night you have to sleep. So some sound will be there. So congested birds. So many things are there. Right? So despite all these things, even though reserved birth or all those things, so we have to journey. There is an opportunity. So what? So the two way of thinking is, one thing is to suffer. Second way is, that let me take this opportunity to talk with the people, interact with the people, or I have all the time in the world till I reach my destination. I can use however I want. I can do, contemplate, think, or read something. So it is in your hands, isn't it? So very much important. So all, as long as we are in journey, we have to enjoy the facility which is given to us by the Lord. So instead of grumbling, so instead of looking at someone else, and we should take that every suffering as an opportunity to learn, every suffering to learn, so that your tolerance level will increase. When whichever inconveniences is there in your life, if you try to tolerate that level, that thing will increase. So please understand that. We have to see that although amidst all these facilities which was there, opportunities are there in our life, positions, all their life, in their life, you have to understand it's a journey, it's a life journey. So nothing is permanent. So everything will, just like that I was saying about the bus, the scenery passes away. So everything will pass away one day. We have to go. Maybe it may be few hours or maybe few decades. So that is all the life is all about. So, but we have to develop such wonderful qualities which Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. So in the name of detachment, don't be irresponsible. Very much important. So we should do our justice. We are justice to the roles and regulations, roles and responsibilities which are given to us. We should do justice to it, and we should be very responsible to it. We should not be responsible devotee. Very much important. And at the same time, we should we should be detached from the results what we are going to get. So this is very much important, that detachment, where Krishna is saying in many places, so about how to detachment, practice detachment in our life, so that we can be also responsible and also detached, so that we can really achieve our goals in our life. So it's already 8:20. So anyone has any questions, we can take it. Else we can end the session. So please cultivate this, to prioritize what you have to do, how you should get your inspiration. See, unless there's no inspiration or motivation within your heart, really this all is whatever I'm speaking, the detachment and all those things is simply, as an information to you. So if that information has to be practical in your life, then inspiration you should get from yourself. Should keep reading, trying to analyze this material world, how things are, and how the world is running, how I'm so fortunate I am. And this way, every day you should be trying to think, and try to paste in yourself, understand this. Then you will really, you'll be, you will be equipoised. You will be so sober. You will be so stable in your thoughts, in your decision making. Else, always there will be fluctuations. So if you want to be stable, if you want your mind to be constant in your happiness and distress, not that you're not be disturbed, but you're always constant in ups and downs. Then you have to take inspiration by reading Prabhupada books, reading, seeing other devotees' lives, even in our own eyes, in front of our eyes, how devotees, even though they're struggling, all this you try to meditate, try to contemplate, try to meditate, contemplate, try to meditate, contemplate. So in this way, then the automatically that dejection will come, dejection to sense enjoyment, and that the detachment will automatically come. It is not simply we speak and we don't do. So yeah, anyone has any questions or in the session? Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
responsibilities means ಏನು Prabhu? Responsibilities ಅಂದ್ರೆ really?
Responsibilities as a father, responsibility as a employee in the office, responsibility as a citizen, responsibility as a devotee.
Hmm.
Responsibility of a devotee is what? Responsibility of devotee to be act like a devotee, not act something else. Recently, we had Udupi, the Sambramotsavan program in Udupi. So there we had taken all the devotees. We had taken all the devotees there, and I heard that they were all fighting for the seats. We had taken all the congregation devotees, Matajis, Prabhujis, old, young, everyone we had taken. They're all fighting for the seats. I want in the front, I want in the middle, I want in the window side, things like that. And also, oh, the prasadam was not properly arranged, or this was not done. They're giving service to us. They're not caring. We are come here as a pilgrims. They're giving service to us. All those things we heard it. So this is as a devotee you should be responsible. No, how we should think. So your action is very much important. Action speaks louder than words. No. So when we may hear the class for years together, but your action is still the same thing, old way. Then what is the use of being a devotee? So our devotee means how you present yourself, etiquette of presenting yourself as a devotee, but that by seeing you, someone gets inspiration to follow you. That is a devotee. So even though you may be wrong some places, but your presentation as a devotee should be exemplary. That's what I'm saying. Because we all do some faults, we all do some mistakes. But when we show ourselves to the world how a devotee should be, that it should be exemplary. We should just follow the devotees, this thing. So in that way, I'm saying that's a responsibility. That's a responsibility, I'm saying.
Right. Prabhu, one small question. Probably it is out of question or out of scope. Yesterday we were in the Abhishekam, Prabhu. People are consuming coffee inside the temple premises itself. But I told them not to consume inside the premises, and the very purpose of is lost. So I told them not to consume. So is it okay, Prabhu, to at least tell them at
See,
least?
one thing is, if you have heard such thing, if you have seen directly, we should not directly go and tell them. That is not etiquette. You should go and tell to the people whom you know, or people who are in authority, or people or who are in charge of that. And you have to go and inform them, Prabhu, it has very much greatly affected me, disturbed me, that someone is consuming coffee. Probably some Sri Vaishnavas who are consuming coffee. I think so. Not any ISKCON devotees. No ISKCON devotee would consume coffee in any way, whatsoever it is. And first of all, no, they don't do in temple only. So if someone Sri Vaishnavas or because they were doing puja and all those things. So in Dharmapuri, which we had at Abhishekam, Kumbhabhishekam. So that if they are this thing also, we should not go and tell them. Anyone it may be anyone. So first you try to find who is the responsible person there. You have to go and inform them. Then they will then inform them. If no one is there, then you can go on slide. If you don't know anyone there, if you don't know any person there, if you don't know the whole setup, who is in charge and all those things, then you can soberly folding your hands and you can say, Swami, this is not permitted in temple. Sorry if I have disturbed you. And this is what the whole system is, that you have to follow the rules and regulations is called like that. So first you have to find out who the responsible person is and you have to inform him.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
So thank you all so much for your patientful hearing. And next Monday we'll again join and we'll get to know some more details about the science of Bhakti Yoga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Prabhu, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.